Hi, kindergarten.
Hi, first grade. So we woke up this morning, we saw all that snow on the ground, which is of course gone now. That's the beauty of March. But the snow is gone, but we still kind of got in the mood for this book, Spaghetti with the Yeti. This book is by Adam and Charlotte Gillian, and I'm not sure if I'm saying that name right, but I'm sure they'd forgive me because that's kind of a tricky name. Camden is having a ball in the background in case you can't hear that. A boy named George had an excellent plan to go and discover the Yeti. He put in his backpack a warm woolly hat, a map, and a tin of spaghetti. And by the way, I feel like while you look at the picture, I should explain that a Yeti is actually like a snow monster, in case you didn't know that. So he's looking for a snow monster.
Slowly, George climbed up a steep mountain path in search of the mythical beast when he stumbled straight into a monster who was eating a sumptuous feast. "Hooray!" shouted George. "I knew you'd be here. I'm sure that you must be the Yeti." The monster stood up with a furious gaze, which means like mad,
Super mad face. So the monster stood up with a furious gaze. "Are you crazy? My name is Betty." She kind of looks like a Betty, maybe?
Yeah. "So sorry, Betty," said George with a smile, "but I'm taking the Yeti some lunch. In that case, you'll want to take some of these bones, for the Yeti likes food with a crunch."
Bones. Yuck. I actually really like these pictures.
I do too.
They're colorful.
So bright and colorful.
So George climbed on up the steep mountain path to track down the hideaway brute, which is kind of like a big bully monster. When he stumbled upon a big monster with a face like a battered old boot. "Yippee!" shouted George. "I've tracked you down now. I've been searching so long for the Yeti." The monster glared down with the angriest growl.
"How insulting! My name is Hetty."
She is insulted. That means she can't believe he thinks she's a Yeti.
Yes.
"So sorry, Hetty," said George with a sigh, "but I'm taking the Yeti a treat. In that case, you'll want to take one of these goats." Uh-oh. "For the Yeti likes food with a bleat, like this. Bleh. Wow. We are going to have to rescue that goat.
Oh, no.
Not cool.
So George trudged up the steep mountain path, dragging the goat by her tail, when he spotted a shape in the distance, and he heard the most bone-chilling wail. "Hooray!" shouted George. "At last it is you! I've been looking so hard for the Yeti." The monster looked down with a horrible howl.
Ooh, that means he's not happy. With a horrible howl. "Are you bonkers? My name is Nettie." Look at the cute little goat. Uh-oh, page is stuck. This happens at least once every time we read.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
"So sorry, Nettie," sighed George, feeling glum, "but I'm taking the Yeti a snack. In that case, you'll want to take lobsters and crabs, for the Yeti likes food he can crack."
Ooh. Yipes. Maybe that lets the goat off the handle. All right, let's see what happens with this poor goat. Look at his face. He is so cute. You see him?
So cute.
Uh-oh. Those are some big feet there. So George plodded up the steep mountain path. The difficult climb made him puff. Exhausted, he threw himself down on the ground. "That's it!" he cried. "I've had enough." As George sat hopelessly, his head in his hands, a shadow fell over that place. He felt something hairy, a prod in the back, and then turned and peered up at...
Uh-oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
A face.
Whoa, that's a face. You guys see how big that is compared to their little bodies? Yikes. "I've found you," cried George with a big happy grin, and he showed all his gifts to the Yeti. But the monster looked down at the crab and the goat and said, "Sorry, I just eat spaghetti." So it looks like he was right in the first place. I wonder how he knew that. He's like, "I don't want all your crunchy bones and things. I just only want spaghetti."
I knew it, said George with a whoop of delight, and he opened the battered old tin. Then he tipped the spaghetti out into a bowl. His big thumbs up.
How about that? He doesn't look like he's mean either.
No.
So let me kind of back up and read that last line. So then he tipped the spaghetti out into a bowl, and George and the Yeti tucked in. Slurp. You see what they're tucking in? Their shirts so that they don't make a mess with their spaghetti. How sweet. So instead of getting eaten by the Yeti, they are eating with the Yeti.
The Yeti.
I call that a happy ending. Yay.
Yay.
That was a cute one.
So cute.
We hope you guys liked that book. We'll see you guys next time.
See you next time.
Bye.